What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Discovering Nicole. That would be me. I'm Nicole. And today, what we're going to talk about is we're going to be talking about Kratom. Okay. Now, a lot of you guys have been asking me, what is my opinion on Kratom? Would I please talk about it? And I have kind of been like weary of talking about it because just because of how the people who are on Kratom in the Kratom community are just super duper like confrontational. And if anybody doesn't like agree with what they believe, they get really upset about it. So I want to preface this video by saying, like, if you utilize Kratom and you are able to take it in a therapeutic way, and it's helping you with your pain, your addiction, whatever it may be, I support that 100%. Okay. 100%. I do know that Kratom has therapeutic value and that it can help people. I've seen it with my own eyes. One of my very good friends, her name is Avalon. What's up, Avalon? She's been on Kratom for like 6 or 7 years, and it got her off of Suboxone, and she has been doing so great. But she also educated herself on Kratom, and she also does things called tolerance breaks. So she's not just taking copious amounts of Kratom. Okay, she resets her tolerance. She stays at a dose that is like not a big dose, and that's why, because she does those tolerance resets. So let's get into it. What is Kratom? Kratom is Mitragyni specosia. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'm looking at it right here. And it's actually a plant that's from Southeast Asia. And you can chew on the leaves. It's in the coffee family, and people over there in Asia, they take the leaves right off the tree and they chew on it. Okay. And it gives them, like pain relieving qualities, energy, overall, mood elevation, just like a good feeling. Okay. And so people started to realize, like, hey, this takes the pain away, right? And so what we have been doing over here is they have been drying it down in Southeast Asia and then turning it into like a fine powder, and people are using it for pain relief, energy, and all kinds of different ailments. Okay. And you can drink it in a tea. You can do the toss and wash method, where you take a spoonful of it, like a BC powder, put the powder in your mouth and then wash it back with some drink. You can mix it in orange juice. There's all kinds of different ways. You can put it in a capsule. But that's how people utilize it. They ingest it through toss and wash, capsules, drinking it. And it helps people, especially people that have opiate use disorder. A lot of those people are using it to get off of heroin, to get off of fentanyl, to get off their MAT medication if they want to. Now, why was I like, oh, I haven't really wanted to talk about it, da 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 da. So everybody knows that I am on Suboxone, okay? That's a personal choice that I made for my recovery. I very well could have gotten on Kratom. This is the reason why I don't take Kratom, and this is what I try to convey to you guys, because I'm trying to help protect y'all. The reason why I don't take Kratom is because I am the kind of person that I can't just take a little dose of something if I have access to it at my fingertips. And so I would be afraid that I would overtake Kratom. And in my experience, a lot of the people that I work with who are trying to come off of Kratom, who were drug addicts like me, they get on Kratom and they have all this most amazing benefits from it. But nobody warned them that they can, go through withdrawal when coming off of it. And so I feel like it's being marketed to people as this like savior to help them not to get off of other substances, but nobody's telling them the truth that it can cause them to go through withdrawal. And so a lot of people are being like led astray, and that's what makes me upset. Like we have people that come to Dr. B's office, okay, who are taking 60, 90 grams of Kratom at a time. And a lot of people will say, that's impossible. You can't do that. you guys. We're talking about drug addicts here. Where there's a will, there's a way. And that's what makes me concerned about my people, is that I know my people are like me, right? And so that's why I prefer to utilize Suboxone, because I'm monitored by a physician. Okay. And so that is the only problem that I have with Kratom, is that it's just too easy for people to get pounds and pounds and pounds of this substance sent to their house. Another issue that I have is that there are places that are adding additives to Kratom, and then they are selling it as pure unadulterated Kratom. And that's because there is no regulation on Kratom and how it's sold, who can sell it. And so it's the wild, wild west. You have people out there who are just buying it in bulk as much as they can, and then, souping it up and putting other things in it that get people super duper addicted to it. All right. So, this is where people in the Kratom community get mad at me, because I have literal parents of kids who have come to me and told me, Nicole, my daughter overdosed on Kratom and it was the only thing in her system. And people in the fucking Kratom community get mad at me because I'm trying to tell you guys to be careful. Okay, that would be like if I told you Suboxone didn't cause withdrawal. It does. And you need to be careful taking Suboxone, and you need to listen to your doctor, and you need to be under doctor's supervision. I think Kratom would be perfect if it was regulated, just like marijuana is, and you could go and purchase it from a dispensary and you could get educated on it. I think it would be wonderful, right? But I just see so many people, utilizing it and just taking way too much of it and then becoming stuck, and they feel like shit. I think it's an amazing plant and it has so many great benefits, but I just feel like it needs to be studied a lot more. There needs to be a lot more data, so that way people can be safe. And that's what I'm all about. Like, I am all about multiple pathways to recovery, right? I support medical marijuana. I support MAT. I support Kratom. My goal is just that my people are safe and healthy. And so that is why I don't really talk a lot about Kratom, and I tell people to be careful when utilizing it. Because if they're anything like me, honey, I'd be shoveling that shit in my mouth, And I actually have a friend, she told me, she was like, I took it for the first time and I thought, this isn't going to work, right? And she's like, it was amazing. It helped me so much. It helped me with my energy and my pain. And so that's why I'm telling you guys, like, Kratom, it has therapeutic value. It could help so many people. I just feel like it needs to be tested, and it needs to be FDA approved and regulated, because you also run into this situation. Over there in Southeast Asia, they're drying it out. We don't know how they're doing it. They could be placing the leaves and there could be chickens walking over it and shitting on it, right? I've heard of cases where people caught salmonella from their Kratom because they don't know, it's not being properly done, like in a clean lab where it's safe for human consumption, And so that's another area. So this is just a plant that, it's like I said, the wild, wild west. But I support you. If it's helped you get off of Suboxone, I 100% support you. If it helps you with your pain management, I support you for that. I just want you to be safe. And I don't see how that's a bad thing, and why people get so angry with me when I speak about Kratom. I don't know why people maybe you guys can let me know why people get upset when I tell my people that I want them to be careful, or when I say that I feel like it needs to be regulated and there needs to be data, Please, if you're somebody who utilizes Kratom, have I ever made you feel uncomfortable, or do I make you feel uncomfortable because I want you to be safe and not take copious amounts of it? Because here's the thing. Overtaking and taking copious amounts of Kratom That's the same thing as us being in our active addiction. And that's what I don't want to happen to you guys. Okay? I want you to be taking a healthy therapeutic dose of kratom and a safe way, so that way you can be the best version of yourself. I don't want you to be like some of my friends who are spending thousands of dollars on kratom every single month. So I hope you guys understand, and I hope it helps you. Like I said, kratom is a plant, Southeast Asia. It is in the coffee family. Over there, they chew on the leaves. What we do is they dry it out, put it into a powder, and we toss and wash it, put it in capsules, drink it in tea. And it has a really very high therapeutic value, especially for people that have pain management, people that are trying to come off of other hard opiates. It helps save their lives. And so, yes, this plant can help so many people. I just feel like it needs to be watched and regulated in the right hands, so that way we can all be safe as possible. Love y'all.